Crypto Billionaires 69 back with another daily in-depth technical analysis on the one and the only Dogelon Mars. My friends, this video might be a little bit longer because to be completely honest, there's a lot to talk about. We have the current recession that is playing out that we need to talk about, and how that's going to impact the markets. We also need to talk about recent movements of bigger coins, how that will affect Dogelon Mars and other altcoins as well. Before we get into that, for all of you beautiful people that only simply care about the Dogelon Mars analysis, first of all, I urge you to stick around to the end of the video, because some of the stuff that we will go over, that we'll talk about, just might expand your perspective on the overall markets at this current point in time. So, for now, let's get straight into Dogelon Mars in-depth technical analysis. Check out the Patreon. There are a couple spots open, and a lot of you guys have been reaching out to me about it. Open a few spots. Link is in the description. First link in the description. Real-time buy and sell alerts. Go check it out. Let's get straight into it. So, we have seen exactly what we said we were going to see a few videos ago today, okay? I believe it was on this day, May 2nd, this day, I said in 2 to 3 days, we will see a nice green candle pushing higher than previous resistance, and that's what we saw. And after that, now, initially I did think it was going to come up to this point here. However, it didn't show that much buying pressure to come up. But yeah, so that's okay. It's actually a pretty good sign because the pattern that I was thinking was going to happen. So my intuition told me that we're going to see a nice big green candle. We saw that nice big green candle, okay? That was 2 days ago. However, I thought it was going to come up to these 978 levels. Now, it didn't. That is not necessarily a bad thing, and this is why. If it came up to these 978 levels, it would hit a major selling point right here. This is major resistance. And this candle would tank, just freaking plummet, man. It would just plummet. However, we are not seeing that at the moment, okay? What we are seeing is buying pressure, buyers stepping in. The sellers are not stepping in too fast. Now, it is the beginning of this new daily candle, and it will most likely retrace, but we want to see it bounce around these 915 levels, 50%. We want to see it bounce, okay? Because that will show that the buyers are stepping back in, creating higher lows in the short term, okay? Short term meaning 3 hourly candles. We can see some more price action here. So, yeah, this is looking nice. This is looking nice. I'm very, very excited to see what plays out, because 2 days ago my intuition was saying comes up, it's going to come back down, and that's very well possible still. However, we didn't see a spike quite as high as these 993s, okay? We didn't see a spike quite as high as these previous major resistance levels. So I'm curious to see what it does when it approaches these levels. Will these sellers move their selling points higher because they see it slowly picking up? Or will they continue to sell off and move this back down? Either way, it doesn't really matter in the long term, but day trade wise, let's say you were playing this, right? All right. If you were playing this right now, let's just zoom out to the daily candles. If you're a day trader, okay? First of all, we saw a nice little spike, or a dip down to these 8.6 levels, okay? This is major. This is extremely major, and we had this in the books. This was a specific point that I called out. 8.6 levels. I said, watch that. This is extremely important. It came down, touched it right on the dot. So if you're a day trader and you see this, right? You see this doji candle form as it touches the 8.6 levels with volume tapering down, and it would only make sense if you put in a buy. Okay? You buy and you hold, you watch this rise, right? Now at this point in time, let's say your average is around, these. This is more of a scalp play. Scalp means short term, very short term, small profits, but it minimizes your risk extremely. Okay, there are many different ways of investing. There's swing trades, there's longer term investing, there's scalp plays, and then there's pattern recognition. There's a bunch of stuff. However, this is more of a scalp trade, mitigating your risk, and over the long term of making profit after profit after profit, you will make a lot of money. So in this scalp trade, you see it have a nice bounce off these 8-6 levels. Now you're playing it safe, so you didn't get around these 8-6 levels. That would be extremely risky, because what if it just broke through them and kept going down? No. What you do is wait for confirmation, okay? So you see this red candle closed, and then you see the next day open. It comes down a little bit, but buyers start to step in, all right? And it pushes higher than this previous top here at this red candle, okay? Now, stay tuned. We have a lot to go over. Strap in, get your Oreos and cookies. Let's do it. It has pushed higher than these 887's previous top of the red candle, okay? That's your confirmation, all right? To get in as a day trader, okay? That you're in and out in a singular day. Singular day. This is your confirmation. So you get in, and your first step right here is these 911s, these 911 levels, all right? It just blows through them. That's extremely bullish. And depending on your risk tolerance, that would be a good sign to add more as it comes and just obliterates these previous resistance levels, because this pattern happens over and over. Volume tapers down, big green candle comes in. Now, most of the time, the volume will continue to taper down, and it will continue to move to the downside, and so we see a big catalyst like this, okay? That's what happened here. That's what happened, here. That's just how it goes. However, day trading is completely different. None of that crap matters, okay? It does in context, but once you're in the trade, what matters is watching these major resistance levels. So it comes up, it blows through this resistance level extremely fast, extremely hard with volume. That is amazing. Now let's go down. Okay, if you're day trading, you're looking at these 30-minute candles. So look at how much different it looks in the 30-minute candles direction, okay? You see this come down to these 8-6 levels and push off. Now it did stagger, consolidate, okay? Making higher lows. Boom, boom. It broke through here. All right, that's your first confirmation to get in, to begin averaging in if you're trading off these 30-minute candles. Now the daily candles are completely different. However, if you're looking at these 30-minute candles or anything smaller, they will look somewhat like this. So first step, map out your support resistance lines. Second step, identify what levels, okay? So boom, you see this 8-6 level? See it consolidating, making higher lows. Extremely bullish. And then you see it bust through, okay? That's a confirmation to add to your bags. Now you see it, after you see that, you want to watch it come up. Let's see. You want to watch it come up for these previous resistances at these 9 levels. That's major. Okay, so if we're not looking, right, we're seeing these 9 levels. Okay, it comes up. You see it extremely clearly. You see it come off of that, right? Now let's see what it does. What we want to see after this candle, I don't have a photographic memory. I don't really remember what happened after this. So this is all off the dome. But what you want to see after this is it hold above these 891s. Okay, and it did that. However, you see here, it's not breaking through that with much volume. Okay, so we want to watch, and we want to watch very carefully what happens coming through. If it breaks through the upside, that's extremely bullish because you're already in. If it comes back down, then it's extremely important to watch these 895 levels again. All right, let's keep going. Boom! Absolutely breaks through. So you're in a winning trade right now. It has broken through this resistance level and this next resistance level that we drew out on the daily candles. So I'm trying to think, what was this line that we drew out here? We drew off this line. I don't quite see it. However, let's get back into the 30-minute candles. So we see this, right? And from there, It staggers. It comes back down to approach. Okay, is this a fake out? That should be your first question. Is this a fake out? Now the volume is increasing. There's not much volume on these smaller coins. However, it has increased and it is holding above these previous resistance levels. To clear this up a little bit, actually, I'm just gonna delete this one. I don't really know what that line is for. That was on the daily candles, and we are on the 30-minute candles now, so it changes based on your perspective. So we are holding above this. We want to see it bounce again. We want to see a nice big green candle pushing higher than these 919s. That will be extremely bullish, okay? If it staggers and breaks through the downside, then we need to watch very closely around these 895s again, okay? Doji candle, that is normally a very good sign. That is a normally very good sign. It indicates neutrality, okay? It means the buyers are stepping in and the sellers are not stepping in to push it below this previous support line. It's a very good sign. Okay, another one. Now this one was a little bit bigger, a little more buyers stepping in. Okay, we saw the break to the downside. Okay, now right here is very important because you want to watch these 895s, okay, and see how it bounces off of them. So you see this red candle coming right off of them. Look at the volume. It's extremely small. So at this point in time, you have gotten in, where was it? Around this area here, okay? Around these 8/8s, okay? You have made a little scalp trade, okay? If you're trading, day trading, this is important. You have made a little scalp trade. Now, your first sign to question yourself, question the trade, is after you see this major red green candle and then this major red candle, okay? That indicates, maybe there's not as much buyers left to push it higher. So, right up here is a very good time to watch very closely, because as it breaks through these previous downsides, personally, I would average out of my portfolio and wait for the next opportunity, because that is a nice little gain right there. It's a nice little gain. So as we move forward, we can see it consolidate and it busts through, okay? But what happens before it busts through is extremely important. It comes all the way back down to where we got in. So if you're trading correctly, if you're trading with the strategies that I teach, which mitigate risk, you would have gotten in here. It comes up. You see this major red candle, okay? Now you have one of two options. You can wait and see if it will break through this previous downside. And right as it breaks through this previous support, you will average out, okay? Now, you can average out 75% if you are confident, if you want to hold more, although confidence is crap, okay? You don't want to hold on to confidence if it's a false belief, okay? Because the markets are very, very iffy, wishy-washy, and you got to be like water, as Bruce Lee says, okay? I believe it was Bruce Lee. But as it breaks through these previous support levels, okay, just get out, right? You made a little profit, you're good. And wait to see what happens, okay? If it consolidates here, you can always get back in before it moves up. It consolidated, but it consolidated back at your break-even point where you got in. You got in around here. So if you would have waited, first of all, you would be the brain power the rest of your day off of this one trade. You'd either have to take a nap to refresh yourself, or your concentration, your focus, and it just wouldn't be good. It just wouldn't be good. The emotional aspect of things, especially when you're day trading. This is some high stakes stuff right here. So as it comes back down, you just want to save yourself from all that panic, okay? Even the chance of you getting emotional, okay? From turning a winning trade into a losing trade, just take that right off the table. Do not even give the market the chance to take that money, okay? Take your money, do not be greedy, and sit back, sip a coffee. Don't drink, or else you might make some dumb decisions. But just relax and wait and watch. Okay, so as it comes back down, right? You see multiple times where it comes down and pricks it with wicks, okay? which shows that there are buyers here pushing it higher around your previous break even. You made a nice little profit here, so good job, my friends. Very freaking good job. Now, with futures, this is insanely profitable, my friends. Especially all of you who are watching this 15 minutes in, little inside information. I am starting to look into futures again. As this coming recession is coming, it's coming very fast, and you can make insane amounts in a recession. It's insane. The last correction/recession we had was during coronavirus pandemic, and in that, oh my god, in that time frame of about a week, okay, there was a week. It was just a week, and then I stopped. Turned 1,000 into 11,000, and it's insane, okay? That was just to test it out. And these strategies work, my friends. These strategies work. So, as it comes back down, it will test these previous support levels. Boom, boom. You see it making higher lows. That is extremely, extremely good sign. Now, but before it makes higher lows, it does come back up, okay? It comes back up. This started here, came all the way back down, came all the way back up. There's no volume, okay? So this is your first sign that it really doesn't matter. Like, it's just there. You see it come down, okay? Boom. You see it retrace. Then you see your first candle with a little bit of volume coming in. It's very good. Very good. As it breaks through this previous resistance level, that's your first confirmation to average in. And here we are, okay? Now, what we are watching here, we can draw out the fib. We are watching this 236. This is some in-depth day trade stuff. So if you are even watching this far, you're definitely interested, or else you would have clicked off by now. So take this as a sign to really pay attention and learn this stuff, because I'm telling you, whenever the market goes red and we start seeing days like this in the markets, like in the freaking futures market especially, that's what I'm talking about. Cryptos, it's okay. You can only make so much money. But futures markets is insane. Let's say we're just trading with this, right? And it breaks through this previous resistance. You put in a short, okay? You short this. It absolutely goes bonkers. It goes freaking bonkers down. Boom. And then it tanks. You see this green candle push up? Halfway, you're out, and you just made $2,000-$3,000 right there. It's an insane world whenever the markets go to the downside, because it happens so fast, and it is awesome. It is awesome. My favorite time of the year is when we are in a recession. That sounds really bad, but trading stocks-wise, it's the most fun and it's the most profitable. Now, what we are seeing here, we want to watch this previous 930 level. If it comes back down, breaks through, you'd want to sell, okay? Because you're in around these 907s. You make a nice little gain right there. These are scalping strategies. But yes, these are day trade. Okay, 18 minutes in. I hope you guys are enjoying this stuff. I'm curious to see how many of you guys have stayed this far. So, the next thing I want to talk about is the recession, okay? Like I said, we are seeing much fear in the markets. Extreme fear. Last month was neutral. That's when we saw a nice little spike in Bitcoin, okay? Now, you can see a big correlation between Bitcoin and Dogelon Mars. That's just how it goes, okay? But Dogelon Mars will make bigger gains because it's at a smaller market cap whenever Bitcoin is moving higher. So, hopefully my Wi-Fi isn't messing up. The recession. Let's talk about it. What's going on? Now, the recession is coming, okay? Could be 6 months, it could be 12 months, nobody knows. However, the biggest thing to do right now is it depends on what you're trying to do and what your investing risks are, how much risk you're willing to take, and what strategy you want to take, okay? There's so many courses you can go. You can go through real estate, You can go through stocks, options, a bunch of stuff. Even businesses, okay? You can start a business in a recession and become profitable. However, we are going to focus on crypto and futures to be specific. I don't know what's going on with this Wi-Fi here, but it's okay. That's kind of annoying. We're going to focus on cryptos and futures, okay? To start off, cryptos during a recession. You know, what is going on, man? That is so... I'm sorry, guys. This is very, very annoying. I can't look at the Bitcoin price. It's happened. It's done this before. Let's look at Ethereum. Specifically with... Alright. So, cryptos and recessions, we haven't seen that happen many times. So... honestly, it's a matter of time. The best thing to do, in my opinion, me personally, I have not ridden through a recession in crypto, okay? I have in futures, but not in crypto. And my trading strategy for crypto during a recession is to... It depends on the coin. However, day trading or... adding for the long term is what I will be doing. Dogelon Mars, I will be adding for the long term. Now, it depends on depending on what your risk tolerance is, it depends on what you should focus on. If you should focus on real estate because you have a bunch of cash saved up in a savings account and everything's going to be on sale, right? You should focus on crypto. Now, honestly, I don't know what crypto will do. If it will skyrocket because of the recession or if it will as well go down in price. Now, to be realistic, I think it will go down in price because it's a speculative asset. However, nobody knows. Nobody knows. So, that being said, it's just a matter of time before we see. However, the exciting part comes when you look at futures. I just explained it a little bit, briefly, okay? Futures. Let's look at the QQQ. Actually, the MNQ chart. Let's go to Trading View. Look at the MNQ Trading View. And look at the MNQ chart, okay? MNQs is mini NASDAQs. MNQ, micro, mini, NASDAQ. Oh, my gosh. This just pumps me up, man. This makes me extremely excited. So, the futures charts, okay? This is where the money is made, my friends. This is where the money is made. And this is all day trading, okay? Now, with crypto, let's say you invest $10,000 during a recession, right? When the prices are low, it could go up 100% in a week. And... that would be good, right? That can be considered good. However, in futures, you can have $10,000. So futures works a little bit different. It works off of leverage. You buy contracts, okay? Those contracts allow you to buy or sell this commodity at a later date. Okay, the commodity or this is the QQQs, the NASDAQ. So a compilation of a bunch of stocks, 100. Or something like that. But it's a mini NASDAQ. So each tick, it goes from 50 to 25. That right there is $5. $5, okay? Per contract. Per contract, it is $5. Now, that is on the regular NASDAQ. Now, if you're trading with $10,000, it takes $500. No, on the minis, sorry, it takes $500 on the regular NASDAQ's futures. But on the minis, it takes $50 per contract leverage, right? And on the minis, I believe it goes up 50 cents per tick, okay? 50 cents per tick. And these ticks can move from 25 to 50, that's 50 cents. from 50 to 75. Okay, that's another 50 cents per contract. If you're holding 5 contracts, that's a lot of money. If you're holding 10 contracts, that's $5. Okay, $5 per tick. So it goes up $100. There you go. You made a lot of money. 100 ticks, you just made a lot. Around 500. However, with $10,000, if it takes 50, you can make a lot of money. Okay, I can't do the math off the top of my head, but with futures, it's different though. You don't want to risk all that $10,000 off the start. You want to keep your trading very similar until you get really good at it. Once you get really good at it, then you can move up in the amount of contracts that you take on per trade. So let's say you're first starting out, you use one simple contract, okay? With one contract, you can just get your feet wet and into the markets, okay? Watch the trades. Get in at the right time, get out at the right time, and start noticing patterns, okay? Just have time in the market, and you will start to recognize things. You'll start to look at the volume. You'll start to read other things that, TradingView doesn't have it all. However, I have another platform that I will be going over with you guys in the near future that does have it all. It has everything you need to make a lot of money. However, futures during a recession is extremely profitable, and it can be extremely profitable if you know what you're doing. That being said, my friends, we have a lot of money to be made, and I'm extremely excited for this recession. Okay, it's been a long time. Hasn't been that long. It's been since coronavirus, since we've seen something this profitable coming. Now we don't know when it will happen. However, we know it's coming. Okay. And I am here to walk you guys through it and to show you guys what I'm doing in the markets and teach you guys my lessons. This is going to be a learning journey for me as well as you guys. Okay. Now, my goal is to get you to my level and above, okay, without having to spend the money and the time in the markets that I did. That is what I am here for. So, in these markets, it just takes time, man. It just takes time. That's what I'm here to help you guys with. Especially all of you new traders that are just starting this stuff, okay? There's a lot better things than crypto and to make money. If all you're doing this is to make money, then there's a lot better ways to make money, especially if you have time on your hands. Now, if you're a long-term investor, then crypto might be good for you. But learning those bigger overall market patterns, market analysis, emotional analysis, and how sentiment moves the markets, how to read other people in the overall emotional psychology of the world, for long-term investing, that's extremely important. However, with day trading, especially with futures, none of that matters. All of that flies out the window, okay? Literally, because you'll be in and out of a trade within 30 minutes. Who cares? Who cares what's happening across the world, okay? Nobody. It doesn't matter in futures. What matters is the price action, the prices, the volume. I can't show you everything because it doesn't have it here, but how the bids and the asks are stacking up, and you can literally see the bots in front of your eyes. You can see them creating fake support and resistance levels when you're watching a level 2. Now, if all this sounds gibberish to you, that's okay. Take that as a sign to get to know this stuff. If you want to learn how to do this, if you're interested in it, if you want to make money whenever the markets drop, this will literally, it's extremely easy once you get the hang of it. It's very, very simple. I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's very simple. Now, the hardest thing is I don't even honestly know. It's pretty simple. Anyways, that being said, I'm extremely excited. I'm extremely pumped. I can't really show you guys like what's going on. Oh, one downside about futures is that it's not 24/7. There are trading hours Monday through Friday. I believe it's, depending on where you are, like 8 to 4, somewhere around there. So make sure you look that up. But when it goes on, it goes on. And when the trading hours are going, holy crap, my friends, you will see It's a war. It is a war out there, and it is a war that we are going to win. So my light just shut off. That's weird. Why did you shut off? I don't like that. Anyways, that being said, stay tuned for what's to come. A lot to come. And if you made it this far, shoot, honestly, dude, you're making it. Or woman, or, whoever you are. You're interested. You're making it, okay? Just keep doing this stuff. Now, you just watched a 30-minute video on me talking about how futures will make you a lot of money, okay? Now, I haven't really taught you much, but I will in the future, okay? Ironically. Future's future. But you are into this stuff, so stay tuned for more videos. And you are making the right decision right now, okay? You are making the right decision, especially if you are at a job and you have free time, okay? If you are at a job but you have a lot of free time, this is this can be very profitable for you. Now, if you are at a job but you don't have a lot of free time, then the best thing to do is to continue to invest long term, okay? But if you want to dabble in this, it only takes an hour to 2 hours a day to, not even 2 hours. 2 hours is a long time. About an hour a day, you can get the hang of this, especially once you understand this stuff. So, that being said, Crypto Billionaire 69, I will catch you guys making a freaking lot of money in the future. And I am very excited to show you guys the journey, okay? Oh, it's going to be awesome. I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.